Azure B2C allows us to have a control over the information we store about users. Let me check user attributes I configured for my test tenant. Let's first of all, here I've created a custom attribute called hobby, and this is something what I would like to collect from the user when user creates new account in my tenant. The same goes to age. I would like to collect age as an integer, and this is also custom attribute. Here, when new user is created. So let me start a web application once again. Let me run project. For now, in my Azure Active Directory for B2C, I have don't have users. So during this demo, I will create new user and try to authenticate with that new user. So all users here is empty except the one which is administrator. I don't have new users here. Okay, I believe our web app is started. And what I have here is sign in window. And instead of sign in, I will create new demo user just because I don't have any account yet. For that, I need to use my email, verify my email address by the providing a verification code sent to me by Azure, like that, verify code. And here I can create my password and provide all the attributes I'm collecting about the user during the user create flow. Let's say my hobby is running and age is something like this. Okay, I will create my account. I need to configure authenticator app. Let me scan QR code and confirm my authentication like that. Okay, my new user was created. All required information is collected and user is authenticated in my web application. Let's go back to the diagram with our identity. Our Azure AD B2C allow us extend authentication flow and user creation flow by something called API connectors. API connectors is our own web API services which can talk with our own database in order to collect user information, what Azure B2C sends to us, or also have an extension point in the authentication process. Let's open Azure B2C API connectors plate. And what I have here, I have created two API connectors. API call when user is created and API call when user is authorized. Let's start from the authorized one. So inside my user flow and the test user flow I've created here, what I have here is API connectors, and before including application claims, for example, authentication procedure, I can invoke my connector. Talking about connector, it's a simple web API here hosted locally at my computer. It has two web API methods. First one is create, and second one is authenticate. So let's first talk about authenticate process. Here, this web API will be called by Azure each time when user is authorized. Let's place a breakpoint here. I will go to my test application and sign out. Okay. I will sign in with previously created test user with following email and my own password, like that. So when I sign in to Azure AD B2C, it asks for the two-factor authentication code, and what it also did, it called my connector web API. So here I have all the information about the user who is going to be logged in. For example, here I see all the information from Azure, like all the claims, email of the user, client ID, and step where this method was called. What I can do next, I can extend claims by some values. For example, I know I have extra data claim, and I will place some data here. And after I continue, so my extra data claim has some data from external system value. I was too slow with the debugging. I will get rid of this breakpoint. It seems Azure doesn't like when something works slow. Let me start authentication process. Once again, I will provide my test email and password. Azure will ask for two-factor authentication code from the authenticator app, like that. And once again, during the authentication process, it will invoke my API and I will extend claims by whatever data I would like it to be here. Extension extra data, some data from external system. This is the way we can extend user claims by the data from absolutely anywhere. What we have as well is another one web API call when new account is created. So once again, it's called by Azure. And what I have here is during the create process, when I collect age of a user, when age is less than 21, I will not allow create an account in our system, like that. Let's see how it works. I will sign out. I will place a breakpoint here in the age verification step of my connector web API. I will create new account, let's say with following email, like that. I will send verification code. I need to provide verification code for that email. If I find where it was sent. Okay. Let me probably use other email. I believe I have access to this test email. This one. I will send verification code here. And if I'm lucky, I will receive a code. Like that, I will verify my code. I also provide new password, like that. Select all the required fields. And let's say my age will be like this one. After create step, I see that Azure called my API and I see the provided value. I'm going to continue, and Azure will not allow me to create this account just because it didn't meet the requirements. So we have a step where we can verify user data before account was created. For example, we can obviously collect all the accounts in our own table. Let me fix the age. I will create here. It will ask for the two-factor authentication. Let me configure this account for two-factor authentication. I will scan QR code. Provide code for verification. And what I see here is my new account with all the claims, with an age verified and with everything. And I even can call my API for the test data. So once again, this is identity with API connectors, which allow us to extend our system here in the sign up flow. That's it for this demo. Thanks.